Hi, ladies, and welcome back to Joy for Midlife Women. This program is dedicated to women 50 and over. And if you're new to viewing this program, a very warm welcome to you. And I try to bring you various topics each month, as well as interviews with inspiring women who share how they're living their best life and how they want to help you too. And if you would like more Joy, I have a publication, Joy Magazine. It's a print publication available by subscription and mailed to your home. It has topics like wellness, beauty, fashion, recipes, of course, finance, and much more. So just visit the website, www.thejoymagazine.com. Today, I have a guest. She is Claire Hall, and she's an entrepreneur, a writer, business consultant, and an author of a new book called On Memory Pond. This book, I'm going to tell you, it's full. It's full. And on the cover it says, "Where Memories Unlock a World of Connections." I know you will enjoy this, and I wait till you hear from Joy. Something that I noticed on the back of this book, it says, it's a talk with the past, a welcome to the present, and a call to the future. Well, I feel this book is that. It's inspiring, it's informative, it's, full. It's very full, and it's much. It's a table book. You're going to want to take it with you. Mine is getting a little messy on the edges, and I've got bookmarks all through here. So, welcome and congratulations, Claire.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, so glad to have you and On Memory Pond. So let's just jump right in and tell me what inspired you to write this book.
On Memory Pond began as a love letter to my mom.
Okay.
That's how it started. She used to call me her memory girl. During her journey with Parkinson's and dementia, our weekly meetings or our time together became our true connection. We would, the book actually grew out of that space of our time together. As she was forgetting and remembering, we had lots of laughs and lots of love, and that's how the book started.
That's wonderful. So that's a special connection. Is there a connection with the pond? And on the cover we see lily pads. How does that connect?
It all connects as it moves on. I think one day my mom, we were remembering people in old photos, and she stopped remembering. She couldn't notice who the people were.
Okay.
So then we started talking about stories.
Okay.
And she really reacted well to stories. So that's when I realized memory isn't about recall, it's more about connecting.
Yes.
And the pond came from that. Actually, the pond itself was the brainstorm of my husband.
Okay.
My husband at 4 o'clock in the morning woke up and said, I've got it. I've got the landscape. It's about a pond, and it's lilies and frogs and turtles and dragonflies.
Oh.
And we had a memory of a pond that we used to go to when we lived in the Berkshires.
Okay.
It was a small, kind of rugged, not kept pond, and we'd visit it just to relax and just to daydream. And that's where the pond came from, the idea of it. But it also was a way for us to set that landscape into motion. The pond moves, we move, and that's where that all came about. So
that's beautiful, and that's a connection right there. You and your husband to work together on this based on memories.
Definitely.
Yes.
So it was a real spot, but over time it became more symbolizing places that we pause to remember.
Okay.
And that's what the book is about, and that's what the pond is about. It's time to pause to try to remember, and that's enriching. So
that's beautiful. The pond and the lily pads is a beautiful backdrop for reflection, isn't it?
It really is. It's calming, and it gives us time to sit back and truly look at how we view our past, how we view our present, and where we want to be in the future.
Okay.
And all of those memories make us who we are today.
They do. They do. So how do we, what do you want readers to take away from this book?
I think I have a story about my sisters. I have 3 sisters. And one day we were talking about Christmas one year, and we all remembered it differently. You swear we lived in different households. One remembered Christmas morning as smelling like cinnamon buns. Another one smelled like burned toast. And my other sister thought it was a really stormy, wintry day, which it wasn't.
Okay.
So what I discovered was it's not, what fascinates me about memory and what came out of it is not a recording. It's not a remix. Every time we remember something, we remember it a little different.
A little different.
We all remember it different. And so we trim and we shape our stories in order to reflect that. And that's what worked with Mom. It wasn't exactly as she remembered it or as it happened, but there were bits and pieces. And that's how we grow our memories. That's how we can grab them back and bring them into our lives. So
that's very interesting how you shared that, 3 people at the same location can come away with a little bit of a different memory.
Very different memory.
You spoke about that in this book. You talk about this, how it's a feeling.
It is a feeling.
That it's a feeling, and that's what makes that connection for your memory. I like that. So many wonderful chapters in here. That I think would speak to everyone, has something in it for everyone. Can you give me one of the chapters that you really feel stood out for you? Is there one?
One particular one.
I know
there are so many of them. I think the chapter that talks about relaxing with your memories.
Okay.
Even the ones that are not so good are very much a part of who you are today, and you do have to address that. And I think it shows in the book how we see what happened and how we reshape it to today and how it's different and what we do and how much forgiveness has to come in yourself and also in others as you develop it. So all the chapters really grab hold of a lot of that. It's all about relationships. They're really the lifeblood of On Memory Pond, is those relationships.
Okay.
And every chapter talks about how every story, ripples between from actually connection to my mom, my sisters, the people you meet one time sometimes, how that all stays with you. So it is relationship building also. I believe that our memories doesn't live inside us, they live kind of between us.
Okay.
And we talk about that. I talk about that in the book. The way somebody laughs, how you remember and what you interpret, a glance across the table, how you interpret that. And those are threads, and threads just keep happening within the stories. And those are the memories.
Those are the memories.
Those what sustain us. Those are the memories that help us grow. And that's what On Memory Pond is about. It's a way to really look at your particular memories, whether they're difficult or they've made you who you are today.
Right.
So understanding and learning about the threads are really important. Important stuff. So.
And I made a note for an area of significance that I thought, I read on page 31, it says, making memories last longer and releasing ones that no longer serve you. I thought that was so powerful.
And it is important to make that step. I think recognizing, not ignoring. A lot of people ignore the bad memories or the difficult memories or the memories that may have brought us in different directions.
That's right.
It's our memories that help us make our choices.
Okay.
It's all part of that.
Right.
So you're absolutely right. That's a big piece of it, for sure.
For sure.
I think understanding that our past, for a lot of people who maybe have difficulty in their past, it's not a trap. It's a teacher. Our memories become teachers. And I think as long as we can embrace that, we can research and we can bring them back to life and certainly learn so much from them.
That's wonderful. I just want to share a couple names of chapters that I think would just tickle you. It says, watch out for the turtles. From muck to magic. Frogs on the pad. Dragonfly days. Leaping ahead. Pond harmony. This book it's a must read. I think that you'd really enjoy it. So what else do we need to know about On Memory Pond?
On Memory Pond is not just a book.
Okay, yeah.
There are many things that come along with our memory pond. For one thing, there's a Memory Loopers newsletter that I've created,
Yes.
and that is a companion to the book.
Okay.
And it's a private community that gives readers an opportunity to talk about their memories without any judgment.
Okay.
We use stories. We use a lot of humor, and there's a lot of humor in the book.
Yes, there is. And you share very personal
Yes, some very
experiences
personal
in the book.
experiences.
That's really great.
And I think the Memory Looper newsletter is a continuation of the book.
Okay.
It allows us every month, there is a 12 to 14 page newsletter that arrives in your mailbox.
Wow.
And it gives you an opportunity to talk to other individuals also. There are prompts within the newsletter. So you're able to take that to the community forum that's also developed, called the Memory Loopers Community.
Okay.
And it gives you a chance to develop every chapter, to read aloud and really take a look at how it influences who you are and what were those difficulties and how did it affect maybe your hobbies, maybe it affects your relationship with your family. Those memories could, your professional relationships absolutely are all part of that.
That's awesome. How does one get involved in the Memory Loopers community?
First of all, you have to buy the book.
Got to buy the book.
Got to buy the book.
All right.
And then you basically have to also enroll in the trial newsletter. I have a 1-month trial newsletter.
Okay.
If you buy the book and the trial newsletter for 1 month, then you're automatically part of the community. Okay. And it gives you opportunity to test it for a month. Really make sure that it feels right for you. Okay. But once if you continue past that month, then there's a cost for a monthly subscription to it. And it just keeps going on until you stop. And memories never stop.
Memories never stop.
Memories never stop. There is so much to do with it.
And you're guiding us. So I look at this as a guide, right?
A lot
to
of people
helping
said
to
that.
understand our memories and to use them as a source of comfort, growth, and inspiration you put on here. And definitely sounds like the support comes from that Memory Loopers community.
Yes, that extra support definitely does. And there's also, as part of the purchasing the book and the trial newsletter, there's also 5 free gifts that are part of this whole package. Okay. And the gifts are digital gifts, but one of them is a master class, and it's a master class about memories, and we look at the chapters. There are 6 classes with it, and they're all, video. I'm leading those classes. And it gives opportunity for people to learn more. We go deeper. A little bit deeper in order to give people an opportunity to express how they feel also. Again, it takes you right back to that community forum so that you can talk freely. And again, it's a non-judgmental space.
Okay. So what's one piece of memory advice that if you could give to our viewers today?
Be kind to yourself.
That's awesome.
I think that's the biggest one, is that you really, nobody has the memories exactly.
Right.
But how you interpret them and how you bring them into your life is really what's important there.
That's what's important.
But I think people want to know, why didn't it happen that way? Or I saw it that way, or it's so particular. And you really can't do that. You really shouldn't do that. You need to be kind. You need to breathe. You need to be able to say that I want to learn to understand, to help me be a better person.
To help, right. And that's the
help you build
future.
the
That's
future.
how we...
That is our future.
Our future.
That's the critical part of it. Those lily pads, some lilies come on surface, some never surface, we just really need to be able to recognize that you're okay.
Yes.
Your memories matter. Your memories can help other individuals who are struggling.
And that it's okay that you remember something that another family member doesn't
laugh at it.
Right, and
Absolutely.
you can laugh at it.
Use humor to laugh at it and say, okay, yeah, we do this all the time with my sisters. It's no, that's not how it happened.
That's beautiful.
It does, it gives you a basis to understand that your memory is a companion. It should not be something you want to shelf. You really need to work with it and to enjoy and have fun with it. And that's why sharing is so important. Those stories that you tell are all the memories that are just so valuable to not yourself and your family, but to others.
To others. And I think you have a chapter in here, I think, right, about storytelling, correct?
Absolutely. Every
Okay.
memory you tell is a story. It's
Is a
your
story.
own version, and it may have been rewritten hundreds of times.
Okay.
But what you share becomes the essence of what you really believe.
Yes.
And I think it takes work.
Okay.
It takes work to keep them positive in your life. But
Yeah.
it was a fun book to write and a fun book to work with my mom on. And when, you know, I remember the day that she said, you need to write the book. And it was when I started taking a photo and building a story from it.
Wow.
Instead of just looking at the pictures and
Yes.
saying, do you remember who that is? That's the last thing you want to do. I've had lots of individuals who have come to me and said, I'm trying to communicate with family that is dealing with dementia or Alzheimer's, and I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. And it's like, pick a picture, tell a story.
And tell a story.
Because you'll keep them focused. And that's what happened with Mom. I was able to keep communicating with her
And that's a
for
good
a long
message.
time.
Yes.
Because we could tell stories. They weren't right sometimes, and they were off, you know, totally off. But most of the time, we were communicating. We were connecting.
Yes.
I still had her with me.
That's wonderful.
And that's
while you
where
were writing.
And
Yes.
that's where she saw me come through the door, and she says, "My memory girl is here."
Oh,
So
I love it.
that's how it really grew.
Yes.
And then I discovered that memories and remembering was universal. So the book became more than just about Mom, and it became more than just about our story or my story or plan. It became something for everyone
Yes.
to really
I can
relate
see
to
that.
and really develop
Yeah.
within themselves.
And it sounds like I was saying earlier, there's something for everyone in this book, and you may receive some information differently than someone else.
Definitely.
And like, there's many of us are caregivers, and maybe that's a chapter in here that might be a guide or helpful.
Absolutely.
Because thinking about a picture and telling a story versus trying to dig into, do you remember this, and this?
That's right.
Make a story out of it. I like that.
It's
so good.
difficult for people with memory issues to
Yes.
really pinpoint something, and that's mostly what we ask people to do. You know, who is in that? Who's that picture? You know,
Yeah.
when was that taken? That's the last thing you want to do. You want to
Okay.
look at it and say, what do you know about this? What do you think this is about? Who was in here? You know,
Yes.
what happened when you were 14? You know,
I can see a lot of joy in that and a lot of laughs in that.
And the Memory Loopers newsletter goes deeper, like you said, into those particular chapters.
Okay.
We look at the science. We look at the stories related around it. You know, how people are viewing it today. Maybe what something was viewed in 1940 is being viewed very differently. So
Right.
those items are all part of memories. And as a memory looper, you're able to bring those different centuries and different times and decades to other people.
Yes.
So it puts a different dimension.
It's awesome. That's really good. So I also have another note that I made for myself that's significant, I think. Memories are a roadmap for growth. Happy, sad times, sad times, choices, our values, they all impact our growth, is in this book.
It's all in
Okay.
the book.
It's all in the book.
Absolutely. Again, it's every chapter addresses those particular issues or thoughts and feelings, and it's all
Yes.
about feeling.
Right.
It really is all about feeling. I think it's important for people to know that memories are not just in the past. I think a lot of people think of memories as something that you remember from the past, but it influences our present moment so
Okay.
very much. And I think that's the thing you need to take away from it. Our stories do matter. Your story matters. Even the imperfect one. I say especially the imperfect ones.
Okay. Book clubs. What about book clubs? A lot of the women attend book clubs, men and women. And would this be a good book?
It'd be an excellent book
club?
for it. I'd love to host that. I'm hoping to get in people's lives through book clubs. I think that it would be fun. It would be engaging. It's everybody's interpretation would have an opportunity to really talk about the memories and the effects.
Okay.
And I think, I'd welcome book clubs. I'm anxious to do those with individuals.
That
so.
should be exciting.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of different ways to do
learning,
it.
too.
It's a lot of learning, and it's a lot
Yeah.
of teaching. I think the book is a teacher. There's no two ways about that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's storytelling, how to relax and tell who you are and what your experiences are. It comes with time and comfort.
Sure it
And
does.
it comes with understanding that your story matters.
Okay.
You matter.
Yes, yes. Now, I think at the end you had something about legacy, memories and our legacy. Can you talk to that, speak to that?
Memories, people think of legacies as money.
Right, right. Where are we leaving?
Leaving whatever. And your legacy are your stories. That's what we'll remember. What I remember
Sure.
from what my grandma said once, I mean, that carries you forever.
Sure.
Or I think that is the strongest and the most permanent of memories we can bring is that legacy.
Yeah.
We can develop that today. You can develop it no matter what age you are. And it's tangible and intangible. Tangible in the sense that you have those feelings, you have that memory of that something concrete. Intangible because you're retelling that story. It's coming in different ways, and again, it's developing some really hardcore feelings
Right.
about your memories.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. And that's, like you said, that is a different way to look at legacy.
is.
But
It
how many
is.
times do we pass down stories that we heard from our parents? We pass them
right.
down to our grandchildren, and hopefully they'll pass. And that's
That's a
connection.
legacy.
That's
That's a
our
connection.
connection.
That's the
right?
world of connections we talk about in the book, definitely.
That's wonderful. So Claire, I thank you for coming and
Thank you for having me.
sharing with us, but mostly for your creative work here, for guiding us, through building bridges between meaning and memory, and for sharing your personal experiences in the book. We didn't talk about the quotes. Is there one quote that you'd want to share?
I know you mentioned one that you like the most. Go ahead. That's one of my favorites.
There were
had a
so
list of
many
them, too.
quotes.
There are so many
that,
quotes.
really stand out. But I'll read this one. It says, "Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forward." That's a good one.
It is a good one. I think the one that I like the most is the greatest gift in life is to remember.
For sure.
For as long as we possibly can, and we can all take a part in making that happen in each and every life that we come across, everybody around us.
Yeah.
So that gift is really, that was a proverb. It came from a proverb, and I think that is the most wonderful
Gift of memory.
of
It's
memory. So
Yes.
yeah, that's the one that I think those moments, remembering moments is part of what our life should be.
Should be.
And it gives a peacefulness. It brings peace.
It does.
It brings
and it
peace.
can. Right.
And it can.
That's
it takes
right.
some work. But
Takes
it
some
can,
work.
definitely.
Yes. And so Claire and I, we're on the team to help women embrace their next chapter through joy, through reading, through information and inspiration. So remember, ladies, there is a Joy Magazine private Facebook page. It's Ladies of Joy Magazine. And now there's a Memory Loopers community newsletter that you can join as well. And both are created to help you along your journey. Remember the Community Voice channel. I thank them for supporting this program, and they always, as a nonprofit, could use your support so you can have more programs like this. And I look forward to your feedback, your suggestions, and seeing you next month. Until then, stay joyful.